I haven't been in a serious fight in my life. I think all of us men have this masculine urge to be involved in those type of situations. Hello, what is happening, gang? I'm back with you again with another video. I think it's already been sort of a ritual where I'm starting my day with a coffee, so this time I've actually finished coffee before I started filming. So it's another day of exercise. Of course, it's the weekend again. I feel like when it's the weekend, I have the most time to actually invest more time to making better videos, because usually my workouts are 40-45 minutes. So during the week I try not to film as much, but the weekends I can actually invest more time and make the videos more detailed and more in-depth with more explanations as well, because I usually try and keep it brief and not to spend too much time in a gym. So yep, today is another day of exercising. I'm just about to go to the gym. I'll show you guys around of what I'm gonna do today. It's gonna be a different day of exercising, because each video I think I try and keep it a little bit differently when it comes to exercise. So we'll see how it goes. Apart from that, working out on empty stomach. Actually, I had some sort of a food poisoning at the beginning of this week, which kind of set me back a little bit. I haven't been eating too much for the past like 3 days. I've only been having one meal a day, because I'm really trying to make my body and my stomach recover. So I can still exercise though. I'm feeling great when I exercise, although I haven't been having too many calories. My workouts have been great. Muay Thai sessions have been amazing. I started doing some cardio, so the shreds for the summer are definitely incoming. Apart from that, exercising has been going great. Loads of energy, focused, and yeah, apart from that, let's see how it goes today. So yeah, apart from that, I actually wanted to mention something to you. I started playing about with the beetroot extract. It's just something that I've ordered from Amazon. And actually I've noticed that my exercises and my workouts have become much more effective. The pumps are actually quite good. So I know it's not carnivore. It's not a carnivore thing to be eating vegetables and things like that, but I always try and adapt and try out different things, right? Although I eat predominantly a carnivore diet, I don't really eat vegetables, but when it comes to supplementation, when it comes to trying out different things, I really like to keep an open mind, right? Because I think if you keep an open mind and not become dogmatic towards certain things, you can really grow and learn, especially when it comes to exercise, when it comes to nutrition, when it comes to diet, when it comes to anything in life, really. You really, like, if you become a chameleon and you're able to adapt to environments, to circumstances, you'll be able to learn way more. So I've started experimenting for the past couple of days with the beetroot extract. Well, some people, they take beetroot juice, and what I've noticed is that people's testimonies were saying that people have been experiencing great pumps, loads of energy, well, predominantly because beetroots are high in nitrates, so it increases the VO2 max, plus it helps with the ATP, which has similar effects to creatine as well, right? So if you haven't tried beetroot extract, this one is 3,000 milligrams, is 5-to-1 ratio. And I take like 2 capsules about 1 hour to 2 hours before exercise. And I've actually noticed that my exercises and my workouts have become more efficient. So if you haven't tried it out before, why not try it out, see how it works? For me, I have noticed a slight improvement, but it's just something that I need to monitor as the time goes, because it's really hard to tell for the I mean, I've only been doing it for the past few days. So it's really hard to tell how it's going to be long term, but so far I have noticed a slight improvement in exercise and efficiency and energy. So I'm definitely going to carry on taking this. And apart from that, so I'm just going to show you guys what supplements I'm currently taking. So I take this vitamins and mineral supplement. It's just a foundation of supplements, really. That I would recommend for everyone to take, because most of the people, I mean, the diets that people have nowadays and the way people eat nowadays is quite deficient in many vitamins and nutrients. So this one is just a multivitamin complex of many different vitamins, including minerals such as zinc, magnesium, iron, and things like that. So zinc, iron, and magnesium are the main three minerals that most people lack. So I would definitely recommend supplementing one way or the other if you don't get enough of these minerals and nutrients from your diet. Obviously, if you eat a carnivore diet, or if you eat loads of meat, loads of animal organs, loads of animal-based products, you will actually get a lot of these nutrients from your diet. So the food would always be my main priority. I would always go for food rather than supplements. But supplements do work, they do help, although in most cases you don't absorb 100% of the supplement that you're taking. So that's why they say you have to take your supplements with food, because it aids the absorption and aids the bioavailability. But the best bioavailability and the best absorption you'll always get from food, when it comes to iron, when it comes to zinc, and everything else. But supplements, they still do work. So if you're deficient in some of these vitamins or nutrients or minerals, I would highly recommend supplementing. So this one is just called Men's Multivitamins and Minerals. I mean, Men's is just a branding of the product, probably because of the increased zinc, iron, and magnesium, which everybody actually needs. But yeah, it also has maca root and ginseng, which is probably added for bioavailability. And apart from that, I take glucosamine and chondroitin. Yes, so glucosamine and chondroitin. This is just for the joints. So because I do martial arts and I train a lot of Muay Thai, when you train martial arts and combat sports, you become very prone to different injuries, and it's just something that I try and avoid, because I also do weightlifting on the side. So I try and keep my joints stronger. So glucosamine and chondroitin definitely helps with the joints and helps alleviate joint pain, supports joint health and things like that. So if you have any joint pain, or you're trying to make your joints stronger and looking for a supplement for the joints, glucosamine and chondroitin, I would highly recommend taking that. And apart from that, I take creatine, 5 grams a day. This one is from Bulk Powders. I'm not sponsored by any supplement company out there. It's just when I went back to the UK, I just grabbed a bag of creatine. I just ordered it from Amazon, and I just thought I'm just gonna take it back to Spain where I live. So that's pretty much it. I mean, my supplementation is pretty basic. I don't really take protein powders or anything like that. When it comes to powders, I would stick to creatine most likely. And obviously I started playing about with beetroot extract, and other supplements are just for joints and multivitamins. I don't really take fish oil, because most of the fish oil that's on the market, it's already oxidized, so you don't really absorb as much from that fish oil. So if you don't have a really good source of omega-3 fish oil, I would really stay cautious about where you're getting your supplements from, or any supplements in general. Like, you really have to research the manufacturer. If the supplements that you're taking are good quality, they come from good sources, and things like that. So yeah, that's a small intro, a small explanation about the supplements that I take, because somebody asked me before in regards to supplements, and asked me to speak a little bit about supplements and what are the best supplements to take. So I really try and keep it basic, really try and keep it simple, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so let's go and have a workout. I'm just about to leave. I got everything prepped, and I'll see you guys in the gym. Alright folks, so today the exercises are gonna be Muay Thai really, a little bit of back work. So I'm gonna start off with some light stretching, just keeping it loose, keeping the body loose. Just warming up the legs, the hips, some dynamic stretching. So we start off with toes to the head, toes to the head. And you're warming up the whole body. So just warming up the hips, the abductors for those kicks. It's all about lubricating the joints, preparing the body for work. I mean, that's what I've learned throughout the years of, just a few years really, of training Muay Thai. I'm gonna do forward, backward bends. Need to make sure my hamstrings and my hips and the quads are fully warmed up so I don't risk injury. Just making sure I feel comfortable with each exercise and I'm not putting too much strain. Yeah, just a quick warm up today. I'm not really doing a lot of static stretching. Usually that's what we do when we train Muay Thai, but today, just because it's sort of a back work session, I won't go like all in into exercise. Just gonna keep it moderate and let's see how it goes. All right, so just a few minutes of shadow boxing. Just keep it. A little bit of footwork, play. Just keeping it light. All right, I'm just gonna jump into the back work. It's probably it's about 2 minutes now. I'm gonna jump into some back work. So let's go. We're gonna start off with the very simple combo. Jab cross right kick. So just for 2 minutes. All right, so now different combo. Jab cross switch kick. All right, so first round is done. Now we're just gonna do a different combination. Jab cross hook, right elbow. We rest for a bit and we'll start again. About 45-second rest. Yeah, it should be fine. 2 minute rounds, rest. 2 2-minute rounds, rest. Okay, so jab cross hook, elbow. Okay, now we're gonna do cross body shot low kick. So we're gonna start off like this. All right. So round 2 is done. Ooh. Getting ready for round 3 with a new combination. The next combination is going to be jab cross, switch knee, right elbow. Very simple, effective, engaging your brain into thinking. Just being creative, really. Possibilities in Muay Thai are endless. All right, let's go. The next combo will be jab, jab, cross, hook. So we're gonna start off like this. Jab, jab, cross, hook. Leading hook. Ooh. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Next combo is gonna be knees. Just 2 minutes of knees, really. Ooh. Ooh. Oh my God. It's a killer, bro. It's a killer. I don't even know how many knees I've done, but kneeing for 2 minutes straight. It's a mission, bro. So that's pretty much it with the combos and the back work. Now just going to implement some freestyle. Not gonna work on time, but we're gonna try and keep the pace up. Let's do it. Now we're just gonna be doing some front kick, just drilling that teep, you know, the front kick, 1, 2, and it's nothing gonna be like time bound. Probably gonna be doing about 50 of them, and yeah, just keeping the pace, the rhythm. Whew. Nice. So the teep is actually one of my favorite kicks because I have long legs, long arms, so keeping my opponents at a distance for my height, being 2 meters and 2 centimeters or 6'7", it's quite beneficial, you know, because all I need to do is just lift my front leg and that's it. So if the opponent's coming up, I just lift the front leg, tip either to the chest or to the leg, or use the back foot to the hip. So there is many ways that you can utilize a tip, and I really like tip. So it helps to break the rhythm of the opponent. It's fun and sparring, and I use it a lot. You know, either back tip, low, face. Obviously, you don't tip anyone in the face during sparring, but I'm just learning, you know, just learning different techniques, just making it fun and enjoyable for myself, really. So there's different tips that I do jumping tip. So yeah. Okay, now I'm just gonna work on some speed, nothing time bound, just rather cooling off. Just gonna be doing some low kicks, but we'll try and keep it a bit faster pace. So yeah, so when it comes to martial arts, I think it's beneficial for everyone, especially if you're a man. I think it's your duty to be able to know how to protect yourself, protect your loved ones, protect your family. So, I mean, the world that we're living in right now is definitely not pushing for you to be self-reliant adult, to be strong, to be masculine, to be able to defend yourself, to defend your family, to defend what you stand for. They tend to preach completely the opposite for men and for masculinity. So the whole perception of masculinity is currently in the mainstream world is inverted, unfortunately. However, it doesn't change our nature as men. So when I started Muay Thai about 2.5 years ago, I haven't been in a serious fight in my life. Well, obviously, when I was a kid, I used to fight quite a lot, but you know, you fight with other kids, and then after a fight, you shake hands and you're friends again. And then you say, oh yeah, you got me good, you know, and you exchange feelings and whatever, you make amends, and then you're friends again. But when it comes to like serious fights, it's only been on a few occasions, but I haven't been hurt a lot. But when it comes to like serious fights, I don't think I've ever been. And I think it's like this masculine urge, you know, I think all of us men have this masculine urge to be involved in those type of situations, you know, because it's the unknown to begin with. And also, those kind of situations make your adrenaline rush quite a lot, you know, fight or flight kicks in, and what's gonna happen? Because you can face those situations in the world today very easily. If you live in a big city, like here in Spain, in Madrid, Barcelona, if you're in the UK, in London, if you're in Berlin or whatever, those situations can happen quite a lot. So you need to be prepared. You need to know how to act, how to defend yourself, not to be scared, to be well conducted, to be calm. And I think martial arts, apart from the discipline that it gives you, I think the self-esteem and confidence is definitely paramount. And it's something that we need as men. Because if you're unable to defend yourself, man, like throughout history, all the nations, all the tribes, once they became complacent, they started realizing that freedom is something that's given to you by default, without understanding that freedom is something that you have to fight for. they became complacent and they got taken over, and those empires fell. So, you know, it's like that famous quote goes, strong men create good times, good times create weak men create hard times, and hard times create strong men. So, yeah, it's like a never-ending cycle. So, you need to know how to fight. You need to know how to punch, how to kick, how to defend. I mean, as a martial artist, once you know and you understand what you're truly capable of, you try and avoid those situations as much as possible, because you understand how lethal you can be when you know how to punch and kick properly, and where to punch and kick, most importantly. So if you're a man and if you're watching this and if you're looking into, you feel like you're lacking something in life, martial arts, I would definitely recommend. It doesn't mean that you have to become like a fighter, like a UFC or a Muay Thai fighter. Not at all. Just for yourself, you know, just to be able to punch, kick, defend, just in case, you know. It's like you save money for a black day, as they call it, you know, for an emergency. You save money because you never know what's going to happen. It's the same thing with martial arts and self-defense. Just in case, you know, just in case you need to use it to defend yourself or to save your life or to save life of others, even members of the public, you know, you can do it if you know martial arts, because you'll have that confidence because you've trained for that, you know. So I would highly recommend doing martial arts, and it's fun at the same time. Like the way I see it, for me, it's more like a game. I leave my ego behind and I see martial arts as something to be playful about, you know. Even when I spar with other guys, I usually tell them, let's play, you know. I'm not saying, oh, let's go and do sparring, you know, like hard. I never spar hard because most of the time when I spar with others, they're much lighter and smaller than me. So I need to be really careful how I control my power, and I always control myself, you know, because I want them to train and I train myself. And for me, it's more like, where can I see the openings, you know? How can I exploit their defense? So this is how I see it. For me, it's like a chess game, you know? You try and outsmart your opponent. You try and break their rhythm. You look at the patterns and you always think in patterns. It's not just, you know, bish, bash, bosh, you know, you come in strong, hard, like you see red. I don't think that's the idea and the whole purpose of martial arts, you know? Is to be able to understand yourself, cultivate the power within, have confidence, self-esteem, and be disciplined. So martial arts have helped me quite a lot actually in life, in personal life, in everyday life. So I'm really, really grateful for martial arts, to be able to learn Muay Thai, to be able to train, and it's something that I enjoy doing every single day. You know, I watch a lot of fights, I practice different techniques, and just try and keep it entertaining, really. Try and keep it playful, because at the end of the day, that's how I see it, you know. Outsmart your opponent. It's all in the mind, you know. How can you be smarter, and how can you develop those tools to use against your opponent, you know? Like Art of War by Sun Tzu. This is how I see it. It's not... I've always thought that martial arts is a smart man's sport. You have to be really smart if you want to be a good martial artist. If you look at guys like Georges St. Pierre, really, really smart guy, one of the best martial artists in the world, and he's really humble, you know? So these are the guys that I really look up to. Humble, respectful, and going to the top, always, you know? So, yeah. All right, folks. So we're back in the kitchen right now, and I've got the same burgers that I bought last week in my last video. I went to the butcher's and I bought the same burgers because these burgers are just amazing. So I'll have 2 of these. Now, since I've had my food poisoning, I'm still trying to be a bit careful with the foods that I eat. So this post-workout meal is just going to be 2 burgers. I mean, it's a fairly good amount of protein and quite a bit of meat anyway. So, I mean, these burgers, they can't even fit in a pan. If you have a look, right, you can't even fit them. But once they will start frying, it will become a bit easier. So, yeah. So I'll have just these 2 burgers. Usually I would have burgers and some eggs on the side. But since I'm not back to my 100%, and I'm not really feeling that hungry, I'm craving more for fluids. So I'm drinking quite a lot. Also trying to drink some of the isotonic drinks, so keeping the electrolytes up, using salt. And I feel like that's what my body craves most at the moment, as I believe my stomach is recovering. So I'll just have 2 of these for my post-workout meal, and that should be it really. Alright, so this is my first meal of the day, pretty much. Just those 2 burgers, topped with some organic honey. And the honey is from the previous video that I showed you, the one that I bought. It's the organic one. And I've got some slices of cucumber here. Now, before you proceed and accuse me of eating vegetables, I want to just remind you that cucumber is actually a fruit and not a vegetable. So, taste test. Yeah. The burgers taste amazing, especially with honey, just because they are already seasoned. Definitely adds a little bit of a difference to the whole burger. But yeah, just gonna finish this. And maybe enjoy a little bit of sunshine later on, you know? Because it looks like it's a nice day outside. I mean, every day is sunny here, but maybe I'll enjoy some sunshine outdoors. So somebody asked me the other day, why do I prefer beef or lamb or any other meat over, let's say, plant proteins, right? So let me get something straight. The biological markup of our stomach, of our intestines, is not designed for us to absorb nutrients that come from plants very effectively, right? So let's say you buy something that is plant-based, or even let's say you eat a lot of lentils, which have quite a lot of protein, right? So on a nutrition label, you'll see that the protein content is quite high, but it doesn't mean that your body is actually absorbing all of that protein. Because we find it hard, because our bodies and our stomach lacks bacteria, and because our smaller intestine is much shorter than, let's say, of herbivores. We find it hard to absorb all the nutrients that come from plants. Yeah, we still absorb some of them. Don't get me wrong, we still absorb some of them. But in order to thrive and to eat the most calorically dense and nutritionally dense food, my best bet to stick with animal products, such as beef, such as chicken, such as lamb, or sometimes even pork, but it depends on the sources of the meats that you get. I personally would prefer organic, grass-fed, no soy, non-GMO, not inoculated with, let's say, hormones or antibiotics or things like that. Just clean, pure meat. If you can get your hands on some of that stuff, I think that would be the best bet for your health and for your diet as well, right? So if you want to thrive on a diet, I wouldn't focus too much on, let's say, plant proteins or nuts or legumes or things like that. I would stick to meat because meat is high in calories, it's high in minerals and vitamins at the same time. Now, when it comes to consumption of, let's say, vitamin C, which we cannot find in, let's say, animal products, apart from, let's say, beef liver or calf's liver, there is some. But why don't you just eat fruit? You know, we can get a lot of vitamin A, vitamin K, potassium, and vitamin C as well. So stick to those. You know, this is how I do it. I stick to meat, predominantly beef. Most of my diet is most of my protein comes from beef. And I just add some honey, some fruit on the side. In terms of vegetables, I don't really eat vegetables. I don't see the need to eat vegetables. When it comes to fiber, I get it from fruit. When it comes to, let's say, glycogen replenishing, I replenish my glycogen from honey. Now, because fruit is about 50% glycogen, 50% glucose and 50% fructose. So you wouldn't get your glycogen replenished as efficiently as if you would be eating, let's say, rice or potatoes, right? But still, you can get it with honey. Honey is just pure glycogen, really. It's pure glucose, pure sugar. But the way honey is made, I think I read a study the other day. Honey is actually made by fermenting the pollen within bees' belly, right? So it's not actually like refined sugar, it's fermented sugar because bees ferment it within themselves. So that's why our bodies feel so great whilst we consume honey. It's nature's nectar, right? It's one of the healthiest things you can have, in moderation, of course, because it's high in sugar. But apart from that, just stick to basic diet, animal products. There's nothing wrong. You will feel great eating animal products, and just have fewer ingredients. My rule of thumb, whenever you go to a supermarket, if you're buying any sort of product, my rule of thumb is don't eat something with ingredients you cannot pronounce, and don't eat something with more than 3 or 4 ingredients. Just keep the ingredients to a minimum. Avoid the ingredients that you cannot pronounce, and that's it. And the diet shouldn't be really, let's say, sophisticated, you know? It should be quite easy. We shouldn't be focusing on the diet as much because there's so many other things in life that we should be focusing on. But because of the PR, of the marketing, of the media, we're being persuaded to consume certain products and completely detach ourselves from the natural way of life, from the natural living, right? Whereas we completely forget what it means to live a healthy life, to eat a healthy diet, right? Because our ancestors would look at us. Now, the way our ancestors were eating is we're packaging it in a nice way. We put a nice wrapping paper around it. We put a nice label on it and say, look, this is something new that I brought into the industry or wellness industry or whatever. But as a matter of fact, these are all very basic things. This is all very simple. Just meat, fruit, some honey, maybe some dairy products if you can tolerate it, and that's it. Just keep it simple. And diet shouldn't really be sophisticated, you know? And you'll live a healthy and long life, and you'll have loads of energy. if you don't consume processed garbage and ingredients that you cannot pronounce.